Hello and welcome to the discussion for the SG Choice Top 10 of Top 10 non-video game characters for Smash. I am, what did that comment call me? Mr. Doubtful Meme Man 501? Yeah, that one.
I don't think I've seen this comment.
Oh, it's a great one. Oh yeah, Mr. Doubtful Meme Man, who's pretty close-minded about non-video game characters in Smash Brothers 501.
Yep, that's it.
I think I posted it in the staff chat. You can scroll up and see it. But yeah, the reaction to yesterday's video was interesting.
Yeah, I'm Zedi, by the way.
Oh yeah, it's Zedi's with me. I'm sorry.
Don't
Just
worry
thought
about
I'd
it.
jump right into it. Oh man, Jiminy Crickets.
Our names are on the overlay thingy.
Yeah, exactly. So this is actually not the original discussion. I don't know how these SG Choice things usually go, because I'm very new to this. But we actually recorded the discussion before I made the video. But the reaction to the video has been so interesting that I decided to record a new one, because the old one was kind of a mess. But at a later date, I'll put the original discussion in the links down below in the description, so you can listen to that if you really want to hear me laugh at the mention of Darth Vader. It's rough. It's rough.
It was a good bit. It was a good bit.
Oh yeah, I like how that video came out. Not a lot of people. I mean, the overwhelming majority of the comments we got were people going, well, no non-video game characters are going to be in Smash. What's the point of making this video? Despite the fact that within the first minute, I mentioned the fact that one, it's for funsies, and we know this. We know that Sakurai is not going to let non-video game characters in.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty obvious. Like, most of these lists are honestly just, for fun. We do it for fun. It's not for, serious characters we want to be in Smash. I guess it sort of is, to some extent, but it's more like characters we think would deserve to be in Smash if this was a possibility.
Yeah, just... And then on top of that, it says in the title, and I say it in the video, it's a Patreon request. Someone asked us to make a list for funsies. It's not,
Yeah, just, come on.
All I really gotta say is lighten up. That's the most I can say. It's just have a bit of fun,
I had fun. I got fired from Source Gaming yesterday.
I'm sorry about that.
It was worth it. I'm really proud of that comment.
Forgot I wrote that in my car. Sitting in the Micro Center parking lot. I'm just like, you're fired. So let's move on from that. Let's just talk about, the concept of non-video game characters in Smash, as that one comment wanted us to talk about and be informative and not, just briefly go over the fact that whenever Sakurai is asked, he just laughs it off.
Yeah, there's a lot of information actually, about this topic, surprisingly.
Yeah. Push, before he went to bed, before he decided he didn't want to be in this discussion anymore, which is understandable, he's a sleepy boy, he pulled up 5 different quotes of
yeah,
it just not being a thing. Even the Smash ballot said don't include non-video game characters.
Yeah, I was actually looking at that a bit earlier, and it even in the bit where it says title of game the character appears in, it very specifically says title of game and nothing else. They specifically really don't want it.
It's yeah, it's one of those things where it's one of those things where I mean there's a lot of gray areas. Another comment I saw very frequent was people saying like, "Oh, where's James Bond?" And I think, I mean, again, I wasn't part of the voting process, so I can't say for certain. Oh, we're really out in the dark here.
This was done before both of us were working at Source Gaming.
Yeah, this has been on the back burner for a while. But I mean, I can understand not putting in James Bond, considering the fact that he was considered once, and then it was too much of a pain to do it, and then now it's way too much of a pain because the game rights for James Bond are all over the place.
Yeah, like James Bond, like you'd expect us to put him in because of the like he was a pick for like Melee. Was it Melee? Yeah. And
do you know about the GoldenEye debacle?
Not exactly.
There was a time when, sorry to cut you off, but there was a time when Rare was working on a GoldenEye HD. And you can go watch videos of it, like internal video of it has been leaked. And there was the problem with doing this was that they so like Nintendo published that game. Like Nintendo published GoldenEye because at the time Nintendo had the rights to GoldenEye the movie to make a game out of, and they gave it to Rare to make the game out of. So now Rare is owned by Microsoft, and they want to do a remake of technically a Nintendo-owned game. But Nintendo also doesn't have the James Bond rights anymore. So it became this weird thing where if they had to make GoldenEye HD, they had to come to an agreement where Rare would have to make GoldenEye HD for the Xbox 360. Nintendo would have to release the N64 version on the Virtual Console. Because at least that's what they wanted.
Yeah, makes sense.
And then Activision also had to be in on it because Activision at the time owned the rights to the James Bond like the James Bond games. So basically, the problem is that everyone had to pay each other.
Yeah,
like Nintendo basically had to pay Microsoft. Microsoft had to pay Nintendo, and then both of them had to pay Activision. And it was like no one wanted anything to do with that, which is why we then got Perfect Dark on the 360, because that had like zero ties to anything.
Yeah, that sounds like the kind of business side that would mess everything up.
Yep, there's your fun fact for the day. We do have honorable mentions for the list.
We sure do.
We sure do. I can recite them from memory, but otherwise, let me use my loud-ass keyboard to pick them up. Remember to buy $90 keyboards that are loud and made of springs. Here we go. So, the number 6 is Mike Tyson.
Yep.
Or was Mike Tyson, which... You know what? Here's the best way of doing it. On the honorable mentions, number 6, 5, and 2, we have Mike Tyson, Shigeru Miyamoto, and Reggie Fils-Aimé in that order. And it's we kind of mentioned this in the other discussion, but because you're not going to hear it, we might as well talk about that now. Real people are never coming to Smash.
Yeah, like they advertised the Miis with Iwata. Not Iwata.
Yeah, exactly.
No, it was Iwata.
Like
Iwata and Reggie, and that's as good as you're gonna get. Those are real people in the game, but they're Miis. Having the likeness of a real person, like that's really expensive. Like Mike Tyson, especially. Shigeru and Reggie is more reasonable, but
Mike Tyson was gypped from his own video game sequel and his own video game because he did stuff. Crime is bad, kids. Yeah. So that's super doubtful to begin with. I mean, we all love Shigeru and we all love Reggie. But yeah, like I think just because of the Miis, Because, hey, we have a quote here from Think About the Video Games Volume 455. However, the biggest reason for the inclusion of Mii's was because anyone can join. I know that having even a single character be playable in Smash is very important to those fans. So, yeah, there you go.
Yep, that pretty much explains the chance of actors or anything making it. Even if you look at other games, though, like, even licensed movie games can't get the license to the actors that played the character in the movie.
Yeah, there's so many instances of, like, especially on the NES, where it's like they'll get the license to a game, but not like the face of the actor, and they have to do some like weird facial reconstruction.
Yeah, so I think we can pretty easily like cross them off. They're not happening ever. Well, none of these characters are happening ever, but
I think if a real ass person was to get into Smash, they would have to be like someone super stylized, like Lincoln from Codename Steam, which is also not ever going to happen. Ooh, I wonder if maybe we can make a Rate That character for Lincoln from Codename Steam. That would actually be a lot of fun. I should ask Nintendex about that.
I think he'd be okay with that. But yeah, let's not get too off topic.
Yeah, let's not get off topic. But basically, no real ass people. It's just the Mii's are there, and I think that's like a very common problem with a lot of the characters on the list, is that there's a lot of these characters who just simply have video game equivalents. So why would they include like the non-video game character originals when you have the saying cheap imitations is like rude, but it's also like totally true
To an extent.
I mentioned it in the video, like Scrooge McDuck would be extremely like unique play-wise because of the bouncing on the cane mechanic.
Yeah.
However, you also have Shovel Knight and like Commander Keen, who play the exact same way.
You also said it for Astro Boy, with Mega Man being
Yeah.
heavily inspired by Astro Boy, and like it's really obvious. A robot boy saves the world, all that, yada yada.
Darth Vader, I mean, there's already a million billion sword characters. And then you have stuff like, you know, Popeye and Mickey Mouse, which to that I just say, you know, Mario.
Yep.
That's or with Popeye you have Little Mac maybe because of the punching. But yeah, like I think that's really the nail in the coffin for a lot of these. It's just that the idea that so many of them can just be easily replaced by a video game character anyway, which would not play into the whole problem of like copyright.
Yeah, like a lot of these characters are obviously more iconic than the video game characters, outside of like maybe Mario.
Mm-hmm.
But even still, it's like just the money that would have to go into it is so much cheaper for any video game character, I think. Like someone, Darth Vader would like. There's no way getting Darth Vader.
It'd be stupid.
Yeah.
Any Marvel character would just be stupid expensive. Mickey Mouse would be stupid expensive. Anything from Disney would just be just like it'd just be a fruitless effort. And then on top of that, Disney would revoke the license, and then Nintendo won't be able to sell Smash in like 5 years.
Oh, that'd be awful. Darth Vader was like
what happened?
Obviously in StarCraft, not Star. Why did I say? Because it's
Soul
SC.
Calibur. Don't worry about it.
I've seen SC2 like 5 times in the past few days, and I'm just like, oh, Soul Calibur 2, and then immediately when it's actually about Soul Calibur, not StarCraft. Let's go, StarCraft 5.
But yeah, he was in Soul Calibur 4.
I'd be really interested to see how much money Bandai had to spend to get like Darth Vader and Yoda.
Well, that was before the Disney merger, so probably not as much.
Maybe.
Because Disney has a tax, I guess. And then I guess let's just keep going down the honorable mentions. You have Luffy from One Piece.
I'd say he fits into the same category as Goku. pretty often. Like,
we'll
he's
get
the-
into Goku in a second.
yeah. Well, he's the modern day Goku. Like, well, Naruto is arguably the modern day Goku, but like Luffy is the modern day Goku. Deku is the modern day Goku, etc., etc. They're all
Yeah.
like Luffy is a character heavily inspired by Goku just by virtue of being a shonen series. He's obviously like really, really popular in Japan. Like One Piece is crazy popular in Japan. And personally, I think he really like deserves that popularity. But like, he's still just Goku to the same effect. He's not a video game character. He's not.
He's a meme.
He's not as big of a meme as Goku, but yeah, he's a meme.
Goku's just a flat out meme. Also, if you want us to talk about Goku on this discussion, just go back and watch the Goku bit in the video, because that's the most we can say about him. I know it's rough, but when when Sakurai straight up just laughs at someone mentioning Goku being in Smash, I don't know what else to tell you.
That's directly from a Nico Nika interview where he laughs at the idea of Goku.
You know what? Okay, I'll just say it right now, because I know a lot of people are gonna go, well, he's the most likely, which I think is bullshit, if you ask me. But the ultimate reason as to why Goku won't be in Smash, he'd be broken. He'd be overpowered. He would be not fun.
And if he wasn't broken, people would complain that he's not broken.
Yeah, exactly. Why is Goku not going to be in Smash? Because non-video game characters aren't getting in Smash anyway, and he'd just be straight up broken.
Yep, I can
Like,
agree
it's
with
just
that.
not gonna happen. And I don't want to be a negative Nancy about it, but that's the reason why Goku is a meme, is because of how like dumb and impossible it is.
Yeah, I think a lot of these picks are actually inspired by maybe Super Smash Flash 2, where Goku and Luffy are playable.
Yeah.
And like, yeah, they work in there, but that's also a fan game with like
While I'm at it, while I'm
no
while I'm being a
attachment to
Debbie-
actual like companies. Sorry.
while I'm being a Debbie Downer, Shrek isn't funny anymore. I'm sorry, gamers. Just Shrek is not an instant punchline.
Yeah, he's not on the list. I'm sorry.
Yeah, he's not on the honorable mentions. He's not on the regular list because it's not funny. I like the movies, the weird like postmodernism thing where we laugh at Shrek in retrospect is kind of cute, but oh my god, it's been run into the ground so much. It's not funny anymore. You need to stop. While we're at it, so is Family Guy. Family Guy's not funny either.
Yeah, but isn't that like the meme that it's not funny? Therefore,
Yeah,
it's
but
funny.
Continuously bringing it up as if it's some sort of like hilarious thing is... Stop, please. I know that's just like inviting more Shrek and Peter Griffin comments. I guess all I can say to that is, holy crap, Lois, we're an Undertale. That's all I got. There you go.
I'm sure the
I
fans will
memed.
love it. They're gonna take that out of
Yeah, right.
context. Make sure the music is
take that
really
clip.
loud over that so they can't just rip it.
Another one of Colin's infamous kind of okay impressions of people. Man, I like the Spider-Man bit. I think that was my favorite bit of the whole video.
It was a good bit, honestly. Like, you
You
tried
get the
real
reference,
hard.
right?
I get it to an extent. Like, I've definitely heard that kind of thing before, but like I can't put it on. Like, I couldn't name where it's from.
There was a Spider-Man game for the PS1, N64, and Dreamcast. I had the PS1 version growing up, and whenever you start that game, it starts with that video that I played, and then Stan Lee's like, "Hello there, true believers, Stan Lee here, creator of the Spider-Man, like, Doc Ock has covered the city in poison," and like, he just goes into this whole like story detail, and he like narrates the game, and it sticks with you because of just how funny and like fourth wall it is.
I'm sure anyone that's played the PS1 Spider-Man would have loved that then.
Yeah, or the N64 version, which is where the footage was from. But man, all the Spider-Man games have like some weird fourth wall breaking narrative. I really wish, I hope the new one does too.
That'd be cool.
Because the 3 movie games have Bruce Campbell playing Bruce Campbell talking to you about how stupid Spider-Man is.
Great. That's what I like to hear.
Yeah, it's... Oh man, Sam Raimi's a great guy. But anyway, moving on the honorable mentions. Number 3 was Bugs Bunny, which, I like the Looney Tunes.
Yeah, I did too. I feel like he's a discount Mickey Mouse. Like, to the time and era, he is a discount Mickey Mouse to an extent. A bit funnier.
Yeah. I mean, all I can really say... I mean... The problem with talking about these characters is that, like, I can't visualize what their movesets are going to be. I mean, some of them are going to be obvious, like Batman. Oh yeah, he punches. But with Bugs Bunny, it's like...
I feel like he has access to, like, all of the, like, Looney Tunes Acme stuff, though.
Yeah, his side B is going to be like a Hammer
Anvils.
Space Acme hammer.
Yeah, he does. He's forward smashes Villager Echo. He's forward smashes an anvil instead of a bowling ball.
Yeah.
That kind of stuff. Like, Bugs Bunny is all about, like, that hammer space kind of thing. Like, I could visualize a moveset for him easily.
But even then, like, art style-wise, I also can't visualize it.
Yeah, those 2D
Which
styles
is...
never really translated to 3D well.
I mean, that's such a me thing, but, like, I think that's also one of the reasons why I think a lot of these non-video game characters would, not appear, is because their art styles would just clash so super hardcore. Which I know, like, we're talking about Smash, which, you know, like,
yeah.
It's a game with Bayonetta and Snake and, like, Villager in it. But when you're translating, like, 2D to 3D, they would have to completely redo how those characters look.
Yeah, like, obviously...
Which is not something that's very, people wouldn't appreciate when you're so used to how a character is supposed to look.
Yeah, well, something about, like, 2D compared to 3D is that 3D just hits angles that 2D often won't because of difficulty or whatever.
Yeah.
So, like, if you see something in 3D, it's probably going to hit that uncanny valley to an extent. I feel like there's stuff like, Dragon Ball Fighter Z, Fighters, not Fighter Z, the Z is silent. And, well, Guilty Gear Xrd as well. Like, those games copy an anime style really well. Like, it looks like 2D animation to an extent. Like, it's still obviously 3D, but it has, like, 2D elements. And, like, that's as close as you're gonna get.
They use, like, a rendering technique to make it look...
It's like they
2D.
Yeah, it's like they're making sprites, but they're doing it in 3D. So there's a lot of skipped frames. It's more frame by frame rather than like tweened, like a normal fighting game would be, or not like most animation on 3D is tweened to an extent, and they're doing it just more like traditionally, where they're keyframing it and then animating in betweens. So it's a lot longer of a process. I looked this up. I still don't understand it perfectly because I'm not a 3D guy. If we had the real hero wins here, he knows heaps about 3D. He'd be able to explain this way better than me. But
there's a that new fighting game by Nicalis, Blade Strangers. That one's using like a technique where everything's a 3D model, but being like instantly rotoscoped on the spot into a 2D sprite.
Really? I wonder if that's similar to the King of Fighters 13, actually.
Yeah, it's really bizarre to explain, and I also haven't seen the video where they explain it in a while. But yeah, I just remember it looking really impressive. But I feel like I'm considering that Smash has always been kind of awkward with rendering 3D characters, you know, Game & Watch.
Yeah.
Well, 3D characters, 2D characters. But also then, it's like... I don't know. I think this is such like a... I think this is like going into like super, almost like nitpicky territory.
I think it is, yeah. Like, I feel like they could definitely do a 3D model that is true to the character. But the more we talk about it, the more like we're gonna stray from, you know, the fact that like...
This shit's hard to talk about.
Yeah.
This shit's hard to talk about.
It
gamers.
really is. Like, how do you say this character isn't making it into Smash and sound different every single time?
Yeah, that's kind of the reason why the video is like really short. There are some people who mention that it seemed rushed and unfinished, and you're totally right. However, what else is there to say?
Yeah, it was.
It's really tough.
It's tough. Like, I can't imagine what writing that script was like. Because, like, you just start with this character isn't making it into Smash. Now what?
Yeah.
Like, we've gone
doing some behind the scenes, like, I'm hurt. I don't know what to do. I'm a tortured artist. The number one honorable mention was Captain N.
Who
you don't know about?
Who? I've
Captain N was a crappy cartoon from the and let's not kid ourselves. All those Deke.
I have no idea what you're talking about right now.
There's an animation company called DIC, and you literally pronounce their name Deke. And they had a cartoon. They made a bunch of cartoons with Nintendo. They made the Super Mario Brothers Super Show and the Legend of Zelda animated cartoon, which are memes unto themselves. But they also did a series called Captain N, the Game Master, and it's a show where a prepubescent, no, like a young adult. He's like a grown ass man, but he's trying to pass as a teenager, and he gets sucked into his NES during a thunderstorm or something, and he just hangs out with a fake princess who's not in any video game.
None of these characters are from any video game.
No, that's not true. It's not true. Because he hangs out with Mega Man. He hangs out with
Mega Man.
He hangs out with Kid Icarus, and he hangs out with Simon Belmont. And he hangs out with a Game Boy.
I'm looking at these pictures right now. Nah.
Yeah, I don't know why Mega Man's green. Don't ask me.
Why is Simon Belmont a blonde Chad? Like, he is the Chad image. That is a Chad.
You should watch. Oh yeah, the main antagonist is Mother Brain.
I see.
From Metroid.
This is
so stupid. Oh yeah, the main villains are Mother Brain, King Hippo, Eggplant Wizard, and Dr. Wily.
This is certainly a show.
It's really bad. It's super hokey. Like, you could totally get some friends to sit around and like watch it and make fun of it. But oh my god, like it is rough. Like it's so oof.
Yeah, it's a so bad it's funny one. Like The Room or whatever.
Yes, because like, Mother Brain talks like Audrey 2. Mega Man talks like this. Kid Icarus ends every single word with Icarus.
I see. The main dude
He'll
looks like Jacket.
We have to go save the Princess Icarus. And you're like, the fuck?
Yeah, this looks like it was made in the 80s.
Yep.
Like, the main dude looks like an 80s guy. He reminds me of Jacket from Hotline Miami, and that'd be a way cooler character, in my opinion.
As you can tell, you can kind of already see why Captain N wouldn't get into Smash, is because half the world... Captain N is such an American thing.
It really looks really American. I've never seen a more American image in my life. Like, I'm looking at the first Google image result. This is the most American thing I've ever seen.
I don't, like, I'm pretty sure Japan doesn't know about Captain N at all. And, I mean, the sad, fact is that, Sakurai and gang are going to be upholding, like, Japanese licenses way higher than, American ones will. I kind of mentioned it in the Doom Guy video where, like, there's not a single Western-produced character in Smash Brothers at all.
Besides Diddy.
Well, that's like a weird exception where Diddy is more like an updated, like, Donkey Kong Jr. Even though we all know that the new Donkey Kong is technically Donkey Kong Jr. and Cranky Kong is the original Donkey Kong, but in essence, Diddy Kong is just Donkey Kong Jr., but hip and cool for the 90s.
Yeah, looking through these Google images, I've actually found someone's done a fan smashified of Captain N, like in the Smash 4 style.
There was a leak when Smash 4 was coming out, and it was an April Fool's Day leak, so from the get-go it was supposed to be BS. But they had Nestor from Nintendo Power.
Who?
Yeah, again, this is like something that's like, it would be neato for us Americans who know obscure Nintendo shit, but for everyone else it would just be like bizarre and not make any sense. Just type in Nestor. He was just this kid who really liked video games, and there was a comic about him.
Is that Ness with two S's or one?
One. Yeah, he was in a comic called Howard and Nestor, which is where he goofs around with Howard Lincoln, the president of like PR for Nintendo of America. It's like Howard. They were doing like the Reggie shit in the 90s, except with a completely different guy.
This is, my mind is being blown. What have America been doing behind my back?
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Though I gotta say that model for Nestor in Smash looks awful.
I mean,
I know it's supposed to be an April Fool's joke, but oh man, like it just straight up looks bad.
This looks like something from one of those joke videos you see on YouTube that's completely trying to not be serious.
Yeah, right.
We've gone on about Captain N for a while. Like,
yeah,
this is starting to sound like the Street Fighter character corner where Spazzy went on about Street Fighter: The Legend of Chun-Li for 20 minutes.
Oh my god.
He had a really good time.
I mean, I want to be like, that's all, folks. But I mean, yeah. What else is there to discuss?
We haven't discussed like two of the characters that were on the list, but
yeah, we haven't mentioned Hello Kitty, which is like, yeah, like, listen, folks, gamers. I get it. I get what you came here to listen to was two guys talk about how they think these characters would be in Smash. However, it's also like, because like, the reason why we did this list, for the most part, is because we're not going to do non-video game character RTCs.
Yeah.
Even though I would love that, because a running joke in all of my videos has been the idea of Paul McCartney being in Smash. That's my thing. Or Brian Wilson, I'm not picky. But, like, I would love to do that, but like, otherwise, in general, I can't talk about it just simply due to the fact that it's like, you have that nagging, oh yeah, it's impossible kind of thing.
Yeah.
And one of the comments was like, oh, well, you gotta stop being hypnotized or whatever by Sakurai, and, you know, say who you truly want to be in Smash Brothers non-video game-wise. And the fact of the matter is, I don't want anyone non-video game character. No one does.
Yeah, honestly,
Because
if I was
like,
to ask for a non-video game character, it wouldn't even be anyone on this list. Like, yeah, these are iconic characters and everything, but, like, they're not actually characters I'm massive fans of. It's like, I like video games.
I think Popeye's the smartest one, just simply because of the history with him and Nintendo. We already know how we would play in a video game by Nintendo's logic. Yeah. So it's not that much of a stretch to be like, oh yeah, totally. But, I don't know. It's just like, it's just goofy. Like, it's just really weird. It's just like, the idea of seeing, like, Batman in Smash Brothers is like, I don't, like, it would be so bizarre.
It really would. It's like, even, like, thinking about it now, like, Snake being in Smash in the first place was wild. Like, insane.
it's a logistical problem, not just if you try to, like, think about it as if it were to actually happen, but it's also just, like, trying to even visualize or figure out how it would even work.
Yeah, I personally like Smash as a video game history game with characters iconic to historical stuff. Like, yeah, it's gonna be mostly Nintendo focused always, and that's fine. But it's like, it's grown into like such a big thing. Like Cloud's like the big one.
Yeah.
Mega Man, Pac-Man, all these just historical characters. Like when Smash Ultimate was announced and everyone was doing their list, I could not think of characters as iconic as what was already in the game. Like, I feel like they really have got pretty much everyone that is iconic to an extent. Or that would fit.
Ultimately... Oh, sorry.
That's fine. I'm done.
I think ultimately if we cut each other off, I think it's just mainly due to the fact that there's always going to be input delay in Discord, and we're like half a world across from each other, so that's just like naturally going to happen. But I think the biggest problem with non-video game characters in Smash is just simply the fact that it would just open the door to like the Smash roster being even more complicated and just being an overall mess.
Yeah. Like, you've seen some of the character lists where, like, there's hundreds and hundreds of characters on them, and you can't even see anyone.
Yeah. How you gonna balance that? How do you balance, like, Goku and Superman and Smash Brothers?
How do you make people happy with that list?
Yeah. And again, why wouldn't you want to opt for video game characters who are close enough and within reach?
Yeah.
A video game character is not going to have the same copyright implications as like a real life character.
Yeah. I think you also mentioned earlier, there's a chance that the game just can't be sold anymore because of licensing to some movie company that doesn't really get it.
Fox was just bought by Disney.
Yes, they were.
If they put Spider-Man... First off, you also have to figure out which version of Spider-Man you're going to put in. But even if they were just to put, Spider-Man in, that's like what? You gotta pay... Well, not Fox. They didn't have... No, wait. The Spider-Man movies aren't made by Fox. They're made by Sony. But even then, like, yeah, you gotta, like, pay Marvel. You gotta pay Sony. Like, with some of these characters, like, the handout, Darth Vader, you gotta pay Lucasfilms and Disney. And maybe even Fox, too, but now that Disney owns Fox, that might be not the case. But, like, yeah, you see where I'm getting at here? Like, you just...
Yeah, there's so much...
It's too... Capitalism is badass and also a curse, but it's like... Here, it's just not going to do anyone any favors.
Yeah, nah. These characters are just, like... There's too much, like, yeah, they're iconic, but because they're iconic, there's so much, like, business stuff behind them. And no one wants to deal with business.
At the bottom line, the list was for funsies. Just to be like, hey, wouldn't it be funny if Mickey Mouse was in Smash Brothers? But not like an investigative, like, let's be serious about it. Because you can't. It just, the simple fact is that, no.
Yeah, they're not gonna happen.
Not at all. And,
like, this discussion's just boiled down to, yeah, it's not gonna happen. Because, like, we had to reiterate that after the video, because so many comments were just, this is stupid, why would they do this video, this is impossible, and it's like, yeah, it is, but, like, wouldn't it be fun? Yeah? Hey?
Lighten up. Video games.
Look, it's an anime character. Kamehameha, am I right?
I did a joke about Sakurai and Iwata laughing at Goku with Titus's laugh from Final Fantasy X in the back, because it's funny. It's a good goof. Lighten up.
Watch the video, please.
Yeah, give us... subscribe to our Patreon.
Yep.
Smash that like button. Oh god, I have to edit this now.
Yep.
Anyway, I think that's all we got, really. I don't think there's really anything else we could say.
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh yeah, I guess like Doraemon.
Yeah, he's cool.
He exists. It sucks. It's so mean-spirited, but it's like I don't know what else to say.
I mean, there's a lot of people that grew up with Doraemon. Like, we're selling him short. We're really selling him short.
No, we totally are. And I actually felt really bad when I didn't mean to say he was the Japanese Olympic mascot. That's totally what it comes off as in the video.
Yes, it does. No offense.
No, I get that, because when I was editing, I was like, oof. But it, like, I don't know, like, no, none of these characters are being smashed.
A lot of people watched Doraemon as a kid, like, even outside of Japan, so it is, like, actually a big thing. I personally didn't.
I understand that. It's, like, a huge...
like, Doraemon is ridiculously huge. It's actually kind of shocking.
He's Japanese Mickey Mouse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, like, Astro Boy is sort of that, to an extent, but, like, Doraemon is, like, the next generation.
Astro Boy is Japanese Superman.
Yeah, fair enough.
Nah, Goku?
No. No. Doraemon is his own thing. Like, okay, so, like, Doraemon is so big, the voice actor for Doraemon plays Monokuma in the Danganronpa series, and people...
Oh my god, does he really?
Yes, or she. An old woman plays Doraemon.
Oh, I'm sorry.
And anyone,
Does
like...
she?
Yeah, anyone, like, Japanese fans playing Danganronpa for the first time, like, whoa, this is so crazy, this, like, character, like, childhood character being, like, playing this diabolical evil bear in this other game is, like, just shocking. I think, she's done some other roles. I've definitely heard her voice before, and it's just, like, I've never watched Doraemon in my life, but I hear that voice, and I'm like, dang, that's a voice. That's a classic voice right there. Doraemon is actually, like, secretly one of the biggest characters on this list. Like, definitely above Scrooge. Above Goku, easily. Like, in terms of popularity, this is what I see.
Yeah.
And, like, we've really sold him short, but, like, Doraemon, he's a character, and, like, he does deserve recognition in the West, in my opinion. But he's not making it into Smash still.
But yeah, that's the thing. Like, all of these characters, in one way or another, deserve recognition. It's just that, like, you know, just not in Smash Brothers.
Yeah, Doraemon is in Jump Ultimate Stars, a Smash-like. So is Goku. So is Luffy, as a matter of fact. They're all in Jump Ultimate Stars. Jump Ultimate Stars is a really good 3DS game that I recommend people play if they ever get the chance. Yeah, that's a Smash game.
Yep.
Batman has several games of his own. Spider-Man has a lot of games. A lot of games. And, Captain N, well... Yep.
And I think, I mean, even if there were non-video game characters in Smash, I think, like, super contemporary... Whoa, that was a whistle. Super contemporary stuff is, not going to make it either.
Yeah, definitely not.
Like, you're not going to see Steven Universe characters in Smash. You're not going to see SpongeBob in Smash.
Yeah. So I think to close this video, Shrek isn't going to be in Smash, guys. We all know this.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Hate to break it to you.
Yeah, that's it.
No swamp map.
Yep. But
that's
bye-bye. That's it.
That's it. That's the ending.
See ya.
See ya.
Remember to return to the source, and thanks, Guy. You know your name.
Twitter's down below. Patreon down below. Smash that like, smash that bell, smash that subscription button.
And thanks to the Duke of Dorks for constantly sponsoring us. You're a great guy. We love you. See you next time.
Thanks for the Duke of Dorks for requesting this video along with BearRimshot. It was a collaborative effort. Okay, bye!